Hello.
Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday.
Birthday presents have arrived. And this video today is going to be very spontaneous for two reasons. The first reason is that I am massively overloaded with my university classes today. I have one more week of essays and exams and I could relax. The second reason is that I ordered these books in the early part of July and I do not remember what is in those packages back there. Right, here we go. The one that looks like an anonymous pornographic package. Okay. Oh boy, that has a definite stink. It smells like it comes from the bottom of a fishing village. Jesus Christ, man, this book stinks. So, this stinky book, The Sorrow of War by Bao Nin. I was never a soldier, and war must be the most traumatic thing a person, a society, a nation can go through. Like the obvious manipulation of a population by a government for political, financial endeavors. It seems like we don't get, as far as I know, we don't get a lot of novels that are about the war from the other side, which was why I ordered this book, The War in Vietnam, from a Vietnamese writer. I'm happy with that one, and the stink better be worth it. It fucking stinks. Look at this. Hey, cool. This is very much like the one I just opened. A Korean novel. Silver Stallion, a novel of Korea by Ang Jung-ho. I'm sorry I don't pronounce that correctly. I have been an ESL teacher and I have had many Korean students, and I have never read a single novel from Korea. I've never even heard of a single Korean author. And that's why I ordered this book. First Korean novel I've ever heard of. Okay, what is this? Richard Aldington, Death of a Hero. The hero is George Winterbourne. Leaving the Edwardian gloom of his embattled parents behind him, George escapes to Soho, which buzzes. On the eve of war, with talk of politics, pacifism, and free love, he paints, he marries, he takes a mistress, the perfect hero of his time, whose destiny, like all those of that lost generation, is the bloody nightmare of the trenches. All right, so there's another big 365, 100 pages. That's something that I ordered. I forget why. It's probably on the list of the Western canon from Harold Bloom. There it is. I ordered that, and I got it for my birthday. Now, the big package. Yasunari Kawabata, Beauty and Sadness. Beauty and Sadness, an erotic study of love and jealousy. Yes, love is okay, but jealousy, that is what makes literature. Kawabata's haunting last novel, written before he committed suicide in 1972. On a nostalgic New Year journey to Kyoto, Oki, a middle-aged novelist, seeks out the mistress he had abandoned some 20 years earlier. But Otoko, now a successful painter, has become involved with the beautiful and talented Keiko, and it is Otoko's vengeful young protege who frustrates Oki's attempt to resurrect the past. Perhaps you know, perhaps you don't, that I am a huge fan of lists of the greatest literature of all time, the greatest literature of the 20th century, and one of the lists I have a deep respect for is Harold Bloom's The Western Canon, which is why I ordered this book, because I don't think I would have unless it had been recommended by the esteemed Harold Bloom. Blue of Night by George Bataille. Quite a lot of questions about this book, and I have a fair bit of hesitancy looking forward to it in the way that someone looks forward to having their stitches removed. George Bataille, Blue of Noon. 4 short novels by Kenzaburo Oe, which is called Teach Us to Outgrow Our Madness. 4 stark visions, universally acknowledged as one of the most important writers to have emerged from Japan since the end of World War II. Always passionate personal visions speak for an entire generation. How about that? In the day he himself shall wipe my tears away, the narrator lies in a hospital bed eagerly awaiting death. And that's it. Prize stock depicts the relationship between a Japanese boy and a captured black airman, while the title story is a semi-autobiographical account of a father coming to terms with his brain-damaged child. Here you go, Grant. Here's your birthday presents. The concluding novella, Agui, the Sky Monster, tells of a young man's first job chaperoning a banker's son who is haunted by the ghost of a giant baby. What year was this published, for Christ's sake? Yeah. Oh, two more. You know, you order the books and you wait for the books, and the books, they take a long time. And, you know, I got the big package and I got the small packages, and now I've just... Which one should I show you first? Has anybody heard of this book? It's a bit strange, isn't it, when an author has won the Nobel Prize for Literature and you've never heard of them? Auto da Fe, Elias Canetti, winner of the 1981 Nobel Prize for Literature. Savage, subtle, beautifully mysterious, one of the few great novels of the century. Iris Murdoch. Elias Canetti was born in Bulgaria in 1905 of Spanish Jewish parents. After a polyglot upbringing, it's so hard to say when I'm pissed, he studied and stayed in Vienna until he came to England in 1938. His greatest works are Auto da Fe and Crowds and Power. Will it be good? I don't know. It's got kind of a freaky cover. The last of my birthday books, Kobo Abe, The Face of Another. A scientist is horrifically disfigured in a laboratory accident. Afraid to reveal his worsening facial scarring, he wraps his head in bandages but finds his mummified appearance repulses people. He realizes he must create a mask so perfect it is undetectable. But soon he finds his disguise does more than just hide his scars. He becomes an alternate self who is capable of anything. Narrated through a scientist's notebooks and musings, The Face of Another is a chilling, Kafkaesque horror exploring identity transformation and social ostracism. Kobo Abe was born in 1924 in Tokyo and grew up in Mukden, Manchuria during World War II. In 1948, he received a medical degree from Tokyo Imperial University, but he never practiced medicine. Somerset Maugham. Abe is considered one of the country's foremost novelists. His books have earned many literary awards and prizes and have all been bestsellers in Japan. They include The Woman in the Dunes, The Arc Sakura, The Face of Another, The Boxman, and Secret Rendezvous. Abe is widely known as a dramatist. He died in 1993. So those are my university books, and I want to say a couple of things. First of all, I'm sorry I haven't been making very many videos recently. It's just that I've been overwhelmed with my university studies. I am almost finished. I have 2 more essays to write, and I have 2 exams to write in the next 10 days. So I'm nearly finished with my university studies, and I would like to ask you, if you are interested in my personal opinion about my experiences at university, I will happily give them to you. But if you're not, I always try to edit out my personal stuff. I'm trying to make a YouTube channel about literature. Whenever I start to get onto my own, I always think that that's extra, and I try to keep the videos short. So whenever I get, rambling away about my personal things, maybe you don't need that stuff, and so I cut it. But if you would like a video about how I feel about the teachers, the syllabus, and the other students, I'll make that video. But you've got to let me know. You've got to tell me. The other thing is I would like to say thank you. Thank you to the people who are supporting me on Patreon. Thank you very much to everybody who's been subscribing recently. I really appreciate it, because in this last month, my YouTube channel has gotten a big push. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it a lot. I really do. I feel bad every day that I just can't find the time to make a video. It's Saturday night. It's nearly 11 o'clock. This past week, I got a message from YouTube that said I had been a YouTube creator for 1 year. This is my 1 year anniversary. I've made, I think, over 60 videos. I have 307 subscribers. To make money, you need 1,000 subscribers. So if you could share my video with your friends and you could ask your, please subscribe to this guy. He's making videos. I would appreciate that because I still need 693 more. There are 2 qualifications to make money. You need 1,000 subscribers and you need 4,000 viewing hours. And for viewing hours, I'm somewhere at 735, which is amazing. Like 735 hours of people watching my videos is amazing, but I still need 3,200 odd hours more. Anyway, so it's been a fun year. I've enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed it. The comments that I get, the reaction that I get, just the views. Like the views amazes me, especially some of the older videos that people seem to really like. I look at them and I see them as a bit primitive compared to what I'm making now. I don't think what I'm making now is so good, but people are still watching those old videos, and yeah, they are. Like every single week, people are watching that George Orwell video, and they're watching the Mishima video. So yeah, it's kind of amazing. I'm trying to make a go of it. 1 more year. If I can get the YouTube channel, Grant Loves Books, monetized, making money in the next year, August 2023, I'll keep doing it. If it's not making money by next year, honestly, it's a lot of work for, it is something that I need to give a lot of time to that is not facilitating any other aspect of my life. I do like to talk about books though, and I don't have too many people that I can share my passion of books with, so that is something. I had no idea when I started. I really had no idea, like how much work it was going to be. Yeah, I just had the idea. Let's start a YouTube channel. Let's talk about books. You love books. Books are your life, and let's try to do it. Let's see what happens. Grant Loves Books. Now I've got to get back to my university work. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm so drunk already. Here we go.